Hey everyone, in this video I am going to explain about my first Power BI project as a part of codebasics Power BI course. This project explores multiple domains. We are talking about not just one but 5 dashboards. These dashboards cover finance, sales, marketing and supply chain data of company called Atliq hardware. And we will get to know more about Atliq hardware further. So let's dive into Business Insights 360. With data analysis, we uncovered crucial KPIs that drive each domain forward. Also, there is an executive view dashboard summarizes all the essential elements from the other dashboards, providing executives with a detailed overview. Okay, let's quickly outline what we will be covering. First off, we will take a look at Atliq hardware and how they operate their business. Then, we will discuss the scenario that promoted Atliq to seek data analysis. Also, we will talk about the problems they have encountered and why data analysis become crucial for them. Following that, we will look into data modeling briefly. And last but not least, we will explore dashboards. Let's talk about Atliq. Atliq is a company which sells hardware like mouse, computers, keyboards to various customers through different channels across the world, similar to Dell. We can understand about Atliq with this picture. Atliq has mainly 3 different customer channels, and through these channels, hardware will reach to the final consumer. These channels include retailer, direct and distributor. Through retailer, Atliq sells hardware to platforms such as brick and mortar, which are actually physical stores like Chroma, and also through online options like Amazon and Flipkart. And in direct channel, Atliq sells hardware on their own through Atliq exclusive stores and Atliq online. And finally, through distributors, hardware will go through local retailers, which finally reaches to the end consumer. Let's look into the scenario that why Atliq needs data analysis. Here is the problem statement. Atliq is an electronics company having operations in various countries. Their business is growing rapidly, but they still rely on Excel files, nominal surveys for data analysis, which are hard to consume and not effective in generating insights. So due to lack of effective analysis, the company faced major loss in some areas such as Latin America. These are the problems identified. Teams still rely on Excel files for data analysis, which forced to make decisions based upon these nominal surveys, and intuitions result in huge loss. On the other hand, its competitor like Dell grows rapidly using its massive data analytics team to know more about customer demographics, which helps them to expand their business more effectively. So to tackle this situation, Atliq onboarded a data team, and as a part of that data team, we need to build an Business Insights dashboard in Power BI that provides advanced visualization and insights to analyze Atliq's overall performance across various domains such as finance, sales, marketing and supply chain. Let's dive into our data. Data required to our project is extracted from SQL, Excel to Power BI. And before creating relationships, we will transform this data into Power Query, which is a very valuable feature in Power BI. After transforming our data in Power Query, next on our journey is data modeling. The data this company has divided into multiple tables. And the process of establishing relationships between these tables is called data modeling. In this phase, we will create relationships between our datasets in Power BI. If you see the picture, you can observe the established relations. And we have 2 different kinds of tables, dimension table and fact tables. Dimension table provides context or description about the data, which contains non-repetitive information like categories, names, date and location. The fact table holds the number or measurements you are interested to analyze. It typically includes repetitive data like sales or quantities. The fact table usually includes keys that link to dimension table. Together they form a structured way to organize and understand data, helping us to gain insights on our business operations. Before seeing the actual dashboard, let's quickly discuss some of the key metrics which help us to build the KPIs later. The first one is profit and loss statement, which is a financial statement that summarizes the revenues, costs and expenses for a specific period, usually a quarter or a fiscal year. The next one is net sales or the revenue, which is the amount of money that company brings from business activities. The next one is COGS. COGS stands for cost of goods sold, which includes manufacturing, transportation and other costs of a company. And gross margin or gross profit. Gross margin is simply net sales minus the cost of goods sold, which help us to understand the total profit but not the actual one. Next one is gross margin percentage, which is simply a gross margin in percentage form. Net profit is gross profit or gross margin minus the operational cost. Gross price or catalog price, which is the total selling cost fixed for a product including discounts. So this gross price minus discount is the net sales. And these discounts include pre-invoice and post-invoice deductions or discounts. Pre-invoice discounts is a yearly discount agreement made at the beginning of the year. So companies will deduce this amount in gross price before selling the product, and post-invoice discount which given after the sales happen. To understand this, let's see an example of Apple profit and loss statement. Here the net sales of Apple for the year 2017 is 229 billion and the cost of sales which is 141 billion and the gross margin, which is net sales minus the cost of sales, is 88 billion. Other than cost of sales, we have operating expenses, which includes research and development expenses, selling and administrative expenses, as well as other income, so which sums up to $64 billion. And removing these operating expenses from the gross margin will give us operating income, and removing taxes from this operating income will give us the net income or the actual profit, which is $48 billion of Apple for the year 2017. Here we can quickly do a year-over-year comparison. In 2016, the total net income of Apple is $45 billion, but in 2017 is $48 billion. There is a profit of $3 billion, but compared to 2015, the net income drops. Let's quickly get into our dashboard. This is the home page of our dashboard, and we can observe icons of different domains and with some short description. At the bottom, we can observe report refresh date, units of currency, in this case ENR, millions, sales date land, which means data we have is until December 2021. Let's move to finance view. Here we have visuals like matrix tables, graph and cards. The filter pane here is a common visual for all dashboards. Will help us to see and narrow down the data based upon the region, customer and product, and also based upon year, quarter. And we have two special filters like year to date and year to go, and last year versus target filters. If we observe card visuals, we can see net sales, gross margin percentage and net profit percentage values against their benchmark values, which are last year values, and the profit and loss statement matrix, which have the all important terms we have discussed earlier, like the gross sales, net invoice sales, net sales, total cost of goods sold, gross margin, net profit. And we have this area chart indicating net sales performance over time. Here the orange selection is the current year and the blue selection is the benchmark, that is last year. And we could observe the net sales performance over the fiscal year of the selection. And we have two important visuals showing P&L values and P&L change percentage based on the region and segment. Here there is no selection happened, so the default value is net sales. If we select the particular P&L value, for example gross margin here, we can observe the changes happened in other visuals, which is called cross filtering, and we can see the narrow down values of different region and different segment. Sales view will mainly focus on customer. Here in the main matrix, we can observe net sales, gross margin and gross margin percentage based on the customer, and we can quickly see what is the maximum net sales and minimum net sales. So through this we can check the difference of the gross margin and the net sales we are getting, and can have a quick review with the sales team handling these customers. We can have quick understanding of customer performance using this scattered plot. We can include specifications like region wise to check which customer is performing well. Sometimes we cannot make decisions based on few insights. Here in this matrix visual, we can observe the highest and lowest gross margin producing customers, but we cannot know why, and to analyze this we need to know which products that we are selling to them. That's why we need this product performance matrix here, so that we can analyze product wise which customer is performing well and which customer is lagging behind. Here we can see one performance bar which divides into discounts and the net sales, so that we can see how much discounts we are giving to the customer and how much net sales we are getting. And the dependent visual, we can see the net sales cut down into the total cost of goods sold and the gross margin. We can also analyze these against the customer and the product. If you observe closely, sales and marketing view seem same, but the main difference is the sales view is all about customer and marketing view is all about product. So marketing team will focus on product and how to market it, and they will spend some money related to ads and promotions as well. So here from this matrix we can see net sales, gross margin and gross margin percentage along with net profit and net profit percentage based on the region, that is customer, and based on the product. But the product plays an important role, and we can have the performance matrix based on the product. This performance matrix is a scattered plot. Here we can see which product is doing well and which product needs more marketing based upon the net sales and gross margin. But we have an additional view called the net profit. Through this button we can quickly switch visuals, which is a good feature in Power BI. Coming to unit economics, we have gross margin and total cost of goods sold here in percentage, and based upon the product we can filter this. And we have the dependent visual which shows the net profit. Here clearly we can observe the net profit is gross margin minus operational expenses. Supply chain team mainly ensures Atliq manufacturing plant produces enough inventory so that it can satisfy the customer demands and make sure products are not over or undersupplied. For this, they need to forecast the demand in next months. So the data of required inventory that Atliq predicted for their customers in the coming months is called the forecast value, and the actual data of inventory that Atliq supplied to its customer is called the actual value, and the difference between the forecast value and this actual value is called the net error, and the total minus this net error is the forecast accuracy, and the percentage of forecast accuracy is forecast accuracy percentage, which the success of supply chain team depends on. So the more the forecast accuracy percentage is, the more prediction happened correctly by the Atliq supply chain team, which helps them to save the cost of the inventory. So with these new terms, we will predict forecast accuracy percentage and net error percentage for the product and customer through these matrices. And we have the card visuals which shows overall forecast accuracy, net error and absolute error. And we have net error trend graph throughout the fiscal year, showing how net error trend is different in different seasons. Executive view, as name suggests, will be reviewed by the IR officials. So we need to make sure we need to include the important visuals in this dashboard. So here are the important visuals. Under card visuals, we included net sales, gross margin percentage, net profit percentage and forecast accuracy, and key insights by the subzone. And we have a new term called RC percentage, which is revenue contribution. So if we observe the revenue contribution based upon the subzone in this particular visual, and also we can observe revenue contribution based on product and based on customer with these visuals. And we have two special visuals. We can observe the revenue by division and revenue by market with these pie charts. We have two graph visuals. One is yearly trend of net sales, gross margin, net profit and Atliq market share. And the another important visual is Atliq market share along with its competitors over the span of 5 years. We can see Atliq market share is increasing gradually, which is a good sign for the executives. And also the executives can analyze each department performance and can give some instruction to each department how they can improve, where are they lagging behind. Here we have a small visual called abbreviations. So whenever you are confused with terms, you can expand this and see what term is and the expansion of the term. For example, here GM is gross margin and RC is revenue contribution, and this visual is common to all the dashboards. And that's it for now. I hope you got quick glimpse of this dashboard. I especially thank codebasics team, Hebnath and Dhaval sir, for this amazing mentorship. I'm very excited to connect with you through my social media platforms. Thank you for watching this video.